It is Witchy Poo coming back to you with another members video. If you're feeling kind, go on and share that membership link now with y'all friends, guys. So the title of this celebrity reading is actually the reptiles, time travelers, reptiles, and the unknown. Basically, people that walk among us. And I will be posting some shorts to correlate, why I even did this. It is the episode from American Horror Story double feature, Take Me to Your Leader. And if you watch that, you will get a sense that they draw imitation from life, right? Art is the imitation of life. So realize that these stories, these things that are predictive programming that come out for us to see are not by coincidence. They are by design for us to be prepared to believe. And the ones that are trapped in these conspiracies, sorry, I got them all mixed up and I don't know why. And the ones that we really honor the most and hold to high regard are not who we think they are. Yes, you did see Sloan Bella in there in the thumbnail. Yes, you saw Winston Churchill, Justin Bieber. There are plenty of people that who used to be themselves. They are not part of this world anymore. So give me a second. I'm glad we're on members to kind of get these cards back organized. As you can see, the reptilian eye on the card got all kind of unaligned. And I don't care what happens. We are just going with it. I'm not poking on anybody's door, knocking on anybody's front step. But the truth is, there are people who are not like us that live on this planet. Let's tap into it. All right, spirits, come through with the messages to make us understand that there are people here on the planet that are not like us. They have been here for years, and I believe that they have some control over some sort of system. Please come forth. Let us see what needs to be shown for all the information that has been explained for the world. The Chariot, the Queen of Swords. And there it is right there. Nothing is going to stop the energetic people from coming forward. These eyes, the reptilian, are for you to see. You have to use that one at the top, the third eye. We have the two here, but it's going to take that one and the third and the forehead to completely comprehend. And if you don't know how to use your third eye, this is how you can begin. Just by opening up your ears, mind, and heart space for the unthinkable to come in. The world is here right below the Chariot for you to understand we are not here alone on this planet. The center of the reading is the Eight of Cups. And the final card, let's redraw, is the Eight of Beasts in reverse. Now, with the Chariot being here, this is complete focus. If your mind, and excuse me, I'm dog sitting for my mother-in-law. You hear this dingle ringle ching, sorry. Randy, sit. If you could have a complete focus on what's going on here, this is the only way your mind is going to wrap around what has happened. Spirits, I believe that there are people on this planet who have been put in power and position. And I need you to come clear with the cards to have the truth come out in an instant. Now, we got the Ace of Cups, the Empress, and Temperance. For you to understand anything about the world we live in, you have to kind of look at it at a deeper sense. There's one eye on this skull that's missing. So a lot of people have wool, have something covered over their head like a fool, and they're not going to believe that there are other people here, but it's true. Now, the Ace of Cups is here, and this is complete lack of intuition that you're not currently having in you to have an understanding that there is an awakening. And in order to be awakened, you have to really use a sense of nature. Realizing that the two eyes is not more, you need more than that to get an instance. There are people who have a bigger knowledge of all of this. Big head right here for you to see. And they are wrapped and actually have other children on this planet that are now imbalancing their spirits, their energy. There are beings that already had children with the actual humans. And this is where the balance has actually come in. Whether it's a reptile or an alien force, this is really an energy that's come over. How can I put this? It's like they took something down, like that Men in Black thing. They had to swallow some sort of drink in order for them to maintain. And I don't know what kind of drink this is. I don't know, what color or what it actually did. But you see, the two eyes are here again, and it's just for the balancing. You as a human being are not going to believe that there are other forces on this planet. But you as a spiritual asset can understand that there is other forces that have completely come with human beings to create a balance. They've tested it out multiple times. And they tested it out in a way where they had to keep trying. And now we have these two horns right here on these eyes. And actually, they're not happy with what they got, but it's like they're doing more research in order to find out, to get something to stick that's not. If you've ever wondered, how you've been lied to or been deceptive, really been somebody deceiving you, it's because you had to go back and look for some truth. If you go and look on the UK's DuckGo website, not Google, use another platform to search when you're doing some sort of knowledge you're trying to find. You're going to see articles. You're going to find other information that shows and proves there are reptiles. There are people walking the planet, but you have to do more research and really have an opening to it. You're not going to believe that these people are, because why? They may not be aging. They may just have a big following or a huge support that you're not able to look past and see more. All right, the Queen of Swords, these two fell out with the Wheel of Fortune, the Four Beasts, and the Six of Swords. We have even numbers here right now in this moment. So to realize, to have an understanding that there's moons and suns and other different planets that evolve around us, you also have to have the grasp understanding that this isn't this isn't this isn't destructive. It's more of a power to get some sort of alignment and some sort of wish fulfillment from. These people, these creatures, these other things from other planets, they actually have love for the human being. They have love for the human being. That's why they want to kind of objectify things. These things have come down from the planet and really have done some constructive criticism and have joined forces with, like I said, the people that are in power. But they look just like you and us. You wouldn't recognize them if it was like you were waiting for the bus. You've been standing next to them. Because why? They're not here to fight. They're actually here to conjoin forces. And you may not believe, but you have to understand things are changing. And it's changing in a way where this was actually put into fate. And I say it was put into fate because there are people who were in power who were afraid of them that very day. For you to understand, this was sort of a community of them, a whole bunch. So if you see a group of people coming up that look different, you're going to be in fear or you're going to have some questions going forward. The reptilian, how did this link up? By the battle that you know nothing about. There was a departure in some sort of planet that has all of these things running around. This single eye is here. You have to understand, in order to think and have a clear perception of what's being told here, you've got to use that third eye. Why is it that we really never are allowed to have any information about this Area 51? Ask yourself questions about things that are in your perception that you've just forgotten about. This is what it's all about. Now understand, these people are really, really far from us that do not live on this planet. But there are a lot of of them here that are really closer than we think. And this is why we have this dome, this kind of ring around this thing. They're very controlled. They come and meet up. Spirits, oh, and it's like a gathering, and it's people from all over the world. The Nine of Wands is here. First, let me go forward. I have to keep doubling down on the confirmation that we have. All right, so the Eight of Cups. So everything that we've basically spoken on, you have to have some sort of escape room. This is truth coming to you at this time. Search it up. These people from these other planets do not want to leave their worlds and their people behind. So you better believe that one step at a time, it's going to be very gradually. They are all going to be put very close to us in a capacity. You already honor a lot of them on the social media sites. You follow them down dark paths and travel with them every single time they hit live. These people are not from this planet, and they've actually been around a couple of times through this life. And I say that through the travel of time sense wise. So you got the Ten of Curses, the Eight of Swords, final card. And then the Death, like I said, things are changing, whether you know it or not. New beginnings, spiritual transformation. And it's going to take us, I'll keep going here, to come out of the box to have a realization of what's happening here. Eyes all over this planet. Particular reptiles. How did it happen? When you join in an elite, you have to do and experiment different things. And if you don't understand what's happening here, you have to take your mind out of being a good person and the most evilest conniving here. That's the only way you're going to wrap your head about how these people got to this planet and how they continue to live here and make children and families. This is complete and utter disalignment because it's in reverse, but I had to turn it around for you to get a sense. But understand that this had to happen. These people do not belong here with us, but there's nothing that we or them can do about it. Why? Because they claim victory over this planet. You have to focus in order to get what I'm saying. More eyes of the reptile here that have come through. There are reptiles that live in these mountain areas. Wherever you are not allowed to travel, there are people also underground. I need you to understand, you worship some of them on live on this app now. You're not going to understand it because why? You as a part of the citizenship would panic. You would go into complete and utter fear for you, your family, and others. But this is an extroverted card, and only you can have the understanding and discover who these people and creatures are. But do not do too much digging because you will be looked at now and put on a spot. But you better believe that one day things are going to go in a way where we have to defend ourselves. If the card is right here, she's holding the gun. It's going to take the fearless group of the collective in order to even confront. But you have to understand there is no more change in getting them off this planet. This world now belongs to them. In a minute, we will have to find the sense to how to belong again. I'm not joking. The reptiles, they join forces. How? When you are an elite, you have to do things that you do not want, and you have to experiment and take offers. And a lot of these people got transitioned into the reptilian life, not by sleeping with the aliens, not by dealing with the ones they have on Area 51. This is about them joining, being forced to do something. They were forced with this stress and obligation to, pick from this table. It's like a chart. It's really, you go in and it's really tender. These creatures do not look like us. Very, very scary and mysterious. Right up there. When you see things flying around at night, you better believe your eyes are not deceiving you. Eyes have been all over this reading the whole time. For you to have the clear understanding, you have to be creative and a dreamer inside. You have to, because this is the only way that you can see something that ain't true. It will scare the hell out of you. People are in fear and they don't even know why, because they've seen things and they have no explanation and they will not get it. Not now, not ever, babe. The Eight of Curses is here. It's in reverse. I have to have you see it first. If you are searching for the truth, you have to do more research, but realize these people are not leaving this planet. Not now, not never, not this time. They are confined here, this bubble. And in a minute, we are going to be praying for them to kind of leave this planet, or they're going to be asking for us to surrender. And what does that mean? Walk down a long path of doing things that we are forced to do. Ultimately, we don't want to do. And this is the change that's happening, and it will be sudden to all of you, poos. I promise you. We will be conformed, and they will walk around no longer hiding in this skin that they currently reside in. King of Swords. Shit, sorry. We're almost at the final two doors. Now, this card popped out for you to understand. You can be opinionated or not, but they are coming with a force that has so much authority and a strict position that we are human beings are going to lose our intellectual as beings. We're going to lose our dialect going back and forth. Ultimately, it will all be very, very confined in some sort of thing that doesn't belong to us. It's not our body. But we're going to be put there if we are not going along with the goodies. If we don't go along to get along, you better believe you will be forced to leave or be perished from. This Eight of Cups, I need to know why. Eight of Cups, Ace of Curses, Knight and Knight. Here's the two Knights, Knight of Beasts and Knight of Wands. It's coming in very, very charming. These all will be presented to you of the go along, get along, in order to have you see something for not really what it is for that moment. They are going to make us see things that will sort of usher in on our spirit. It's going to usher in for us to really be an idealist of what we are being witness to. My apologies. We will all have to bow down in a sense and realize that these beings are very direct on where they're headed. Very direct. We will not be able to be ourselves. It will be some sort of energy or literal thing in our system that makes us think, walk, and be in position to get along and follow them. It will be like a trifecta approach. The trifecta approach. This eye is on the ground. This creature is very beat up. Realize this will be us with that energetic spirit, unless we figure out how to be our own heroes. But this power is so forceful, it's going to take over our mind in complete control, like it already has. How? Because there are people, places, things on this planet you currently worship, and they are not of a human being or real person. This is an awakening at this time coming to you. You have to use the three eyes. And there's a lot of people on this planet confined and trapped and not able to use that third mind. That's why there's squiggly lines down there. Some people have it completely wiped from them. How? Why? The food, the intake that they currently are living in. And this is all part of their plan in order to get us trapped in a position that we are accepting what's currently brought to us in an instant. This is complete defeat over the planet that be. We will be completely disappointed and literally mourning every human being because we will no longer have the ability. They ushered in after these creatures landed on this planet. Centuries ago, time warp, they travel. They travel so much that they bring them back with them and immediately put on some sort of skin. It's immediately a battle they got to go through to get in. The two eyes right here. There's that line over the third. It's really going to take you the vision and the heart space to think. You have to think for yourself on this. Now, I want to end it very here. The movement that is happening will be very swiftly because there are already people who have been sworn to silence of the reptilian thing. But as far as the aliens, they will be presented in a way where we have to love them and not be afraid. The Seven of Beasts and the King of Cups. For you to understand time traveling, you have to understand that they've created these machines. They've sent many, many people. If you've seen a look-alike celebrity or person, because they're all related, you have to understand the family tree. This is a sworn silence of secrecy. They have time traveling machines, and eventually we will be confused about everything. This is complete uncertainty coming in because we are going to be confined so much as human beings. We will not be able to use our third brain again. But if you use it and have an understanding that it's not so far-fetched, that these creatures are out there living currently on other planets. We have no authority to come in and do any of that. We have to bow down to them. Don't you understand? We are going to be presented with these creatures now that are very different and scary. There will be no perseverance or protecting yourself. We will have to bow down to them ultimately. And it's going to have to be with love. Why? Because this is the only way the diplomat can remain in charge. There's a lot of people involved on this. And a lot of people that you've paid your eye a close attention to and voted for them in Congress. And the problem is, we have no control over why they're here. The problem is, we will ultimately have to bow down to some sort of way of living. The final card is the Ten of Swords. This is complete defeat and failure and an exhaustion of a loss. This planet and this world is at a serious crisis going forward. There's nothing that we can do except unite together as a people and band together and prepare for whatever comes next. Because the change that is happening, we will be forced to deal with.